Get the dogs a little bit more chicken, but I'm gonna put whatchamacallit over here. Listen, guys, this is part 2 of building a good team. First question, Stan.
Sure.
What's the reason you keep coming back? Because today he messaged me last night. He said, "Hey, I don't have Rockwall in the morning, but that's still 99 miles." I know because we drove there, and I almost turned back around. I said, "Boy, this nigga's tripping. This is far, boy. That boy is gifted." Because I don't know if I could do it, but at the same time, if it was worth my time, I'd get up at 5 in the morning, earlier than that, and be at this millionaire's house that I knew every morning. I'm like, yo, I gotta go see. I got questions, and his day would get going, and that'd be that. And he would allow me to show up and be sitting at his island before he woke up, because I use the Bible for a point of reference. The Bible says, "Cling to that which is good," and that's one of the only people at that time that I met was smarter than me. And it drove, people that are smarter than me drives me nuts. But I feel blessed, to be clear, to be in that company. And you know how much better I got being around that guy? Oh man, I tell people, he gave me my MBA. That dude was smart. He still is. So, a couple things. What's one of the things that keeps you coming back?
Like you said, we get better each time we come up here, whether it's the content purposes, whether it's learning to communicate better, whether it's, hey Stan, don't say this, say this. It's literally the same thing I want to say, but he's just making it simpler for people to understand. So we get better every time we come up, and that's what it's about. I think we've done more in this last year than we did in the previous 5 because of the pressure he puts on us, the pressure he puts on everybody else that come out around us as well. And everybody just gets better as collectively. We get to see his pups grow up, and he gives me some more ideas. There's stuff that I even forgot about doing that I did with Rocco at a young age, because with Rocco it was all about the love, the bond, and the relationship. And when it was Oakley, now it was more of a business versus the dog doing what I wanted them to do. I was trying to make that dog be what other people thought my dog should be doing. So again, he kind of reminded me of really what we got into the dog world for versus why we're in it now.
So Jamel here is one of your comrades. He comes up, and even this morning he said, "Oh, Jamel's been, oh, that's fine, perfect." And what's one of the things that keeps you being a supportive person? And this goes back to a team, people. I want to repeat for those that are watching and of our ethnicity, it is uncommon and not likely for us to work together at times, and unfortunate to say the least, that we can't come together and work together. I think we're doing better collectively, but it's hard even to communicate because pride and ego get in the way. And I've said this and I'll say it again. I've never seen a group of people so prideful about having nothing. So we got to do more. We got to do better. What's one of the things that keeps you supporting him and his vision and just being there for him with the dogs?
I would just say, like, he wants to see you, like, when he see you wants to do something and wants to build you up and see that you actually take the steps to do it, he'll keep pouring into you. Like, I came in this thing just trying to get rid of my fear of dogs, but he saw that I had something else in me, and like, whatever he need me to do, I do it just because I know at the end of the day I'm going to learn from it. And now I got my own dog, and in 6 years I got my dog doing stuff that people 2-year-old, 3-year-old dogs not doing right now. So I just like that he wants to see you win. He don't want to do it by himself.
And your dog's only a year old at that too. So he's not a 6-year-old dog. He's a year old, and he's got him doing a lot of impressive stuff very early. And it's his first dog. Like you said, he was afraid of dogs, and he took this dog to now everybody that works him is like, yeah, I like that dog. So
yeah, and again, it just goes back to, again, finding people who can put pride and ego aside. Even if you get to check somebody, don't do it with malicious. 2, having someone that can basically is bigger than you in a sense. People say you got to find something to serve that's bigger than you. I found something to serve a long time ago greater than me. That's life. And some people won't ever embrace or understand what that means. But even back in the day, I said I want to write a comic, and I want life to be the monster. I told this one, I said, figure out how to draw life, because there's nothing worse than everything in one day going wrong. Like, who's the biggest villain on earth? Life. You want to know how bad life can keep living, and because realistically, you're just warming up. But if you have support, or can be supportive of someone and what they're doing, then do that as well, because you'll learn a lot about yourself. And the dogs, in my experience, they taught me so much about myself. I used to tell people I hate puppies, and I still don't like them, to be clear. But I love the process.
I also say to take criticism. Like, we can laugh and joke all day, but when it's time to, like, get criticized, and he tell you, hey, we gotta do it this way. Like, you gotta be able to know how to go back and forth from us being friends, and it's like, hey, it's business right now.
That part right there too. I don't say things with malicious, but I'm very direct, almost evil at times. But it's because they don't. You know, like you ever been in a situation where people don't see what's happening? Like you know how big this could be. You know how great this could all turn out if you just get it right. And unfortunately, being black, you don't get to make errors. You just don't. You don't get to make the same mistakes, and you never get to do it twice. So you go, how do we minimize mistakes while making sure people understand the importance of the value of what we're doing? It's a process, to say the least, especially when men don't come from great backgrounds, and even more importantly, don't understand what they're really worth to this earth. So my job, as I've assumed role of leadership, or leader per se, is to make sure they understand the value of what we're trying to achieve here, and that it is a process. I'm realistic, I'm honorable in that way, where hey, we're gonna do it alright. No, we're not. We got a year. I told people, and it happened faster than I wanted to, 6 to 9 months to build a brand. Way too quick for me, to be clear. It's overwhelming. I said, I know I can manage. Okay, about 10K here, about 50 to 250 there, and we quadrupled, some 1,000% on every platform, which is good because it gets us there quicker, but then you got to learn how to leverage it and convert. And then I'm like, in my mind, I still got work to do with Jamarcus, who's behind the camera, work to do with Stan, and so many other things. So for now, stay tuned, take your notes. Anything else you think we're missing?
Nah, I think that wraps it up. Get people around you. Iron sharpens iron. That's the truth. But you got to be iron in that equation.
There you go. Keep that part. Be a piece of iron in that equation, because you can't sharpen wood with iron. You just tear that thing to pieces.
Stay tuned.